Greetings, members, one and all of the Salvation Nation. It is Tuesday night, and we are live and in effect as I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device. Yes, indeed, have a busy night with us here. We gotta answer a lot of comments, say hello to a lot of folks. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a scam or a call or two. Nothing's scheduled, but you never can know. Stranger things have happened. Yes, indeed, including a show by the same name on Netflix. Let's see. Let's get over here to some of these comments from the other day. Here, what we got here. Let's get down to it. All right, let's go. Let's start here with Napalm Death. Just sell it to me. There you go. Boom, done. Sold. No, I think I'll hold on to the old silver that I got there. I don't really sell a whole lot of it. Michael K says, do not sell in 2024 or you will lose. I tend to agree with that. In fact, I should have stressed that on this video. Do not sell unless you have to. Yes, indeed. Good to see Silver Patriot is here. Michael K is with us tonight. We got Cemetery Shop here with us. Tom Larson is here. John Knox is with us as well. Let's go to Garlic Breath and Fart says, most gangsters do not want a paper trail. You can milk them on premiums. True that. Yes, indeed. You can milk them on premiums indeed. If you want underground money, that's the way to do it. Money Saver Silver says, no, I just got more today. All right, there you go. He's picking up more. He's not selling. He's buying more. And here's Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution. That's right, Cajun. And in fact, I mentioned it in this video. Yes, indeed. If you watched it, Edwin Tan says, hey, Sal, number 60. Thank you so much. All right, appreciate that. I'm on the Mile High Silver Club right now. Yes, indeed. Matthew Crest Life is traveling. And hope he's enjoying his time. Yes, indeed. Very good. Welcome. Good to see Happy Tiger is here. Welcome, Happy Tiger. So good to see you. Always a pleasure when you are here. We've got Culture of Currency here within the first 10 likes. Thank you. Cyber Curtain Twitcher is saying hello to us as well. Good to see you. All right. Russ Ream is here. We've got Nate Palm Death China is here too. Good to see you guys. And welcome to the great JM Unleashed is with us tonight as well. Twitch Radio says for the YouTube algorithm. All right. Yes, indeed. DCA in chill. Excellent. Thank you so much for that. All those comments and likes definitely help for sure, and I appreciate it. Tony Edwards, thank you for popping in tonight. Appreciate you. Art Best, not selling, buying more. That's kind of where I'm at as well, too. And we've got Thomas Best Lovenitz says, soon the big silver ship is coming, and you wanted for this day since 2011. We are now in the upcycle. Well, we'll see. Don't get too excited, but hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, and I am not slurping on any coffee tonight, but I do have another beverage. Can you guess what beverage it is? There's a reason why I'm slurping on it. Tony Erickson is here. Good to see Tony. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. So, PC Coinstar, beautiful silver, my friend. As always, great video. Thank you so much. Appreciate that so much for popping in, PC Coinstar. Count Slurpula. All right, got Count Slurpulas. Says, I'm currently waiting my turn at the refinery, sitting watching the market on the big screen. I'm here to the slaughter from AG to PT ratio. I'm with the thickness crew, and my thickness isn't part of the swap. There you go. Exactly. I love it. Good to see you guys. 1964 Quarter is here. Hello, 1964 Quarter. Good to see you. Silver Patriot. So glad to see you guys here with us. Silver Slammer is here. Welcome. And again, lovely to see Tony Erickson, the one and the only, is here. And so is a Red Crawler, too. All right. Good to see Mark Beat. Anybody guess what I'm drinking? Tea. That's right, Michael K. It is indeed tea because I'm still fighting this darn thing. I'm better than I was, but I still have a little bit of cough. So you might hear me cough a little bit tonight. But it is a very, very slow recovery, but I'm getting there. And I don't really mind feeling bad. I just don't like that my voice is affected for you guys. But, I mean, my voice is still appalling anyway, but this just makes it hard because I've got a cough. All right, Jeff Nelson says, bye, bye, bye. All right, thank you so much, Jeff. Carrie Tarrant says, I'm not selling anytime soon. At least I hope not. Great information. Appreciate your advice on this subject. Thank you, Carrie. Appreciate that so much. All right, not selling, and I'm not either. I'm not much of a seller, but... Yep, and JM Unleashed has specifically nailed it. It is tea with honey and lemon. And indeed, true that. My kitten is a grandmaster. I have sold some things that I got when silver And gold was down a decent amount. All right, wow. That means you lost on selling it, right? I'm sorry to hear that. But anyway, 66 Sam says, they're very nice pieces. Everyone should have a 2-ounce salivate metal round in their stack. My LCS has maples and kangaroos in the generic pile, so hopefully I never have to sell them. Yes, well, thank you. And indeed, that's just what it would be, stacking silver. But anyways, oh man, actually, Tony Erickson, I didn't get any emails from you. I didn't see any, not in my spam folder or anything like that. So yeah, they didn't come through if you sent them. All right. Oh man, so Mark B has had it for 2 months, and it took him 2 months. Wow, that's crazy. I've had this one for about 2 weeks, but thank you, Happy Stacker. Happy Tiger, I mean. Christopher Sanchez is here. Good to see you. All right, let's see here. Cultural currency, good question. Something American. It may be probably a coin representing America's greatest cities. Of course, right now in this climate that we find ourselves in, that's not really saying much, is it? Or maybe it would be a bad time to do it because America's great cities are not very great right now, if you know what I mean. But I would love to do one showing the skylines of the great cities of America. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, everybody does stuff about nature, the national parks and all that stuff. But what about the great cities? I think that would be something cool in a normal world, but we don't live in a normal world. But I think that would be a fun series to do. All right, user says, great videos. Please keep posting these videos. Well, thank you, Freddie B. I will continue to do that, and have been doing it. I'm at 7,000 videos strong now, more than any other member of the community by far. I'm more about quantity than quality, apparently, it seems. But anyways, thank you so much. And Mo Love says, paper to silver ratio is now 397.37 to 1. Yeah, crazy. I would love to see a chart that shows that ratio fluctuating. Yeah, the golden age of great cities. I like that. Yes, indeed. Good to see Silver Wolverine is here. Welcome. Silver Wolverine is here. He posted a great video on the Silver Eagle sales, part of a series that he's doing. Check that out. We've got the lovely Gold Chick with us tonight. And good to see Adam Eidinger. Welcome, Adam. Good to see you, sir. All right. Very good. Oh, yeah. Welcome, Kevin is with us tonight. Let's go through here and see what Gregory Green says. This is why I stick to SLV. Okay. Take the LCS or pawn shop out of the picture. I just want to log into my back brokerage account, and if I'm happy with my profit margin, click a couple of buttons to sell the shares. Well, excuse me. That's fine, and nothing wrong with that, but I will say this, that that is just exposure to silver's price and nothing more. So for the convenience of that, you're not actually truly stacking silver, if you know what I mean. But I can understand why people do that. Whoa! Look at this, folks. Tony Erickson has just gifted 10 Salivate Metal memberships. Wow, thank you, brother. Very kind of you indeed. Look at that. Thank you so much, sir. If you receive one of those from Tony, give him a warm thank you. That is awesome. Thank you, guys. Sorry, that sneeze was unannounced. It came and snuck on me, up on me. Thank you. Very good. All right. Very kind. Our first act of kindness tonight came from Tony Erickson with 10 Salivate Metal memberships. I think that's the first time this month, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Very good. And Liquid Electrum says, a really well thought out video, Sal. You covered every base and hit a home run. I have nothing to add. Well done. Well, thank you, Liquid Electrum. I tried. You know, this video I thought maybe would do better than it did. It failed miserably, but thank you so much. Well, Norwegian Maid was very kind and saw this and gave a $10 super thanks. And thank you, Norwegian Maid, for that. Very kind of you indeed. I always learn so much from your videos. I'm hoping not to sell any of my silver anytime soon. I hope you don't have to. I definitely encourage you to hold on to your silver as much as you can. Yes, indeed. Larry says, commercial consumption up 40%. Buy all you can. Well, buy all you can afford and to your level of understanding. There is a lot of consumption of it. We talked about it in this channel too, but it does not necessarily mean it will translate into price anytime really soon, but we'll see here. And thank you again, Tony. You are the man. The Broke Stacker is here using a double duty live streaming tonight. Yes, yes. And big announcement, guys. I will be on Nick's Coins channel tonight around 7:45 to 8 o'clock. And so if you're interested in that, I hope you will tune in to Nick's Coins. Nick's Coins is a great channel. Silver Wolverine has had the pleasure to be there and has been a guest on there several times. And so I've been asked to show up for the first time here tonight. So that'll be happening here later on. All right, so make sure to check out Nick's Coins channel anyway. She's got a great channel. Whether or not she has me on there, she's got an awesome channel and is amazing, and an amazing member of the community. For sure. And thank you, JM Unleashed, for posting a link to Nick's Coins channel. So check it out. Yes, indeed. All right. And user says, silver at its very best. That's right. Silver, its best. Yes, indeed. Love silver. Doug Anderson says, I'm passing on my silver collectible, so I will not be selling collectible silver. There you go. All right. Not buying any collectible silver. Understandable. All right. Let's get over here to Mark Gutshaw. See what he's got to say here. He says, true about the vintage bars. I found a rare 5-ounce Hoover and Strong bar at my LCS generic silver bin for $135. I looked online and found people willing to buy it from me for $350. All of them told me I should hang on to it, but let them know if I want to sell it. That's cool. That's great. Very, very good. Oh, yeah. Good job. All right. I would only hold on to it if you want to keep it, but thank you so much. And thanks for the thumbs up, guys. We've got 46 now. I have a feeling, since we have 98 watching, that we'll get about 700 thumbs up in the next 5 minutes. I feel it in my bones. I just have this seventh sense about me. That's right. We're moving beyond the sixth sense. This is the seventh sense that says there's going to be 700, whatever number I said before, likes here in the next 5 minutes. Good to see Silver Hair Stacker is here. The great Zardoz is with us tonight. Good to see Zardoz. Good to see you. And Andy Louis says here, what's a reasonable price point on selling gold to a dealer in percentage terms? I've recently been told that 10% off a spot is acceptable, but I feel like a $200 haircut is ridiculous. It is. I would not accept anything less than maybe 3% back, maybe. Could you please give me an idea of what you've experienced in your long history of stacking? Not much in terms of, let's see here. Okay, and then he says here, of course, he only quickly scrolls through everyone's comments to like, but not respond. And I just now got to your comment, Andy. And of course, I'm responding now. And so you've judged me way too soon before I had a chance to answer. And by the way, I didn't like the comment. I hearted your comment. And so other people were liking your comment because it was a good question. So give Uncle Sal a chance, Andy Louise. $200 haircut is ridiculous. I would shop around. Usually, local coin shops, it just depends on the market. If they have an influx of gold, well, then that means that they're less likely to give you even that acceptable range of about 3%. But some of them will give you spot for gold because they can turn around and sell it for over spot. Others, maybe not so much. So just keep that in mind, but I would shop around. 10% off is not acceptable. I don't have much experience selling gold, but I do know that from the people I've talked to and everything, and some local coin shops that I've worked with. Many places will give you about a 3, maybe 5% at worst over under spot, but that's it. So there you go. All right, very good. And look at this. Whoa, Tony Erickson again with 5 more Salivate Metal memberships. Thank you, brother. I would do some push-ups normally, but if I do too much exercise, I tend to cough more. And I did exercise today, but I'm not in front of a microphone, coughing right in front of you. But anyways, but thank you so much again to Tony Erickson. That's very kind of you. Appreciate that, brother. Welcome to Ricky's House of Crap is here from Texas. Nesmaniac is here. We've got VK Travelall and Guns and Watches is here as well. Thank you. Oh, man, very kind of you, Tony. You were the man. Crafty Stacker is here, too. Aaron Stacks is here, too. All right. So, Andy, I took the time to respond to your comment. I hope you come back and listen to it. Brilliant Radiant says, hey, thanks for answering my question. You said you'd give tips in the live stream, but kind of trailed off, and I thought you forgot. Yeah, well, thank you, Brilliant Radiance. You did inspire this, but I forgot who you were, what the name was, or I would have given you a shout, but I'm glad you listened, because this video was inspired by you, and so thank you very, very much. All right. And we've got Silver says, great vid as always, Sal. Only two types of silver, keepers or sellers. That's true. There's only two types, keepers and sellers. Exactly right. Very good. Although I will say there is one that I wouldn't like to sell, or I'm not really a big fan of keeping it, is a Stormy dollar. And I'm not talking about Stormy Daniels. I'm talking about my ugliest piece of silver. I just happened upon it the other day, and it was inspired me showing that in a video by Silver Hair Stacker, who I think might still be in here. He's been around a long time. He put out a challenge to show your ugliest piece of silver in your stack, and that was it. And boy, that thing is fugly. I guarantee it. But I showed it, and I still had that thing, and mostly keeping it in honor of Silver Hair Stacker. Muscle Mouse says, don't forget they also follow out gold bars. Also hollow out gold bars and fill it with something else. I'll be very wary of any gold from China. Yep. Test it all. Exactly right. Pilgrim Pride says, poverty for most people in this country is a choice. I need to make another channel on another device just to subscribe to you again. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Pilgrim Pride. Very kind of you. I'm glad you heard that, because it really is, sadly. But anyways, thank you. And JM Unleashed has been very kind to post some link to Silver Hair Stacker's channel. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. JM Unleashed is awesome. He actually inspired my newest emoticon. If you guys can find it, type it in the chat. My newest emoticon that I added, and maybe it will summon the scammer gods to call us. And Jim Joe says, is it a good thing having silverware? I think it is. It's a good thing to have it, because a lot of this stuff does sell too. And if you can buy it for spot or a little bit lower, then definitely a good thing to have it. U.S. Army Combat Medic is here. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your service to the country. Welcome. Yes, indeed. All right. Silver Hair is still here. Good. Glad you heard that. That is the ugliest silver in the world. That thing is nasty. Nasty, ugly silver. All right. Very good. And we've got, and did you know, says, Costco will help bring into the masses and establish real spot prices. The markup overheads will soon become part of the spot price, all to benefit all the way to the mines. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think they're going to be that influential, but I think they could have, it'll be very interesting to see when those eagles actually become available at Costco. I think it's going to take a while, because I think that those orders have been placed not terribly long ago. So they'll have to take them, process them, and then post them on their site. But you should see them fairly soon, if my sources are correct on that. Michael K. says this, will this last? I told you they will lower rates in June. Just an educated guess. Easy money calls for it. Just don't to take this as advice. Do your own due diligence. Always wanted to say that. There you go. So you still think they're going to lower them in June? Okay, Michael K. I think now September. I used to think July, but I think September will do it. And of course, no matter what inflation is, I think they're going to do it then for political reasons. But we'll see here. All right. Let's see here. What do we have over here? Let's make this thing happen here. No IQ is chiming in and says the following. Let me get this here. About how to sell your silver in 2024. It says this. That's some real informative information, Sal. Thank you. All right. Thank you, No IQ. I appreciate you so much. Silver Wolverine, yep, over 2 million Eagle sales is pretty big for April. And I think probably a lot of those went to Costco, more than likely, if my source is correct. All right, thank you, Twitch Radio, for popping in tonight. Matthew Crust Life is still here. Good to see you. Welcome to Clock Fixer. Sabinator is here tonight as too. Good to see you guys. All right. Captain Ron says, gold is up today. I'm still buying gold and silver. All right, there you go. Hard at it. Yes, indeed. Very good. Waiting on my shuttle, all right. Phone's gonna die. Well, thank you for popping in. Appreciate it, brother. Hope you can get your phone charged. Be safe out there. I know you're traveling. Amram 5690 says, I used to work for Domino's Pizza. One night, a customer paid me with silver certificates and an old red $2 bills. That's pretty cool. Yes, indeed. I've gotten some of those and changed in my local coin shop. There's another video that not a lot of people saw, but hey, I was kind of happy about it to get this. You always find silver and change during recessions because people raid drawers and change sacks that are old. Maybe not 6 years old, but older mixed changes. And the more likely it is there to have, or it is likely to have silver. Oh, wait a second here. We have got Marcus back with us. He's calling us like clockwork. Almost. A little bit late. 6 minutes late, Marcus. 6 minutes late.
Sorry, I had another call running late.
That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm a little bit better. I've got the tea here.
Okay. All right.
And in that tea, Marcus, is honey and squeezed lemon juice. Very lemony. I was really kind of surprised how lemony the lemon juice was, actually, if you want me to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Extremely lemony.
Okay.
And like a lemony, astronomy lemony. Say that 3 times slower than I just said it. Try that.
All right. Okay. 1 sec. Astronomy lemony.
There you go.
Astronomy lemony. Astronomy lemony.
Well, you just said it. You just said it 3 times, which is fine. I appreciate you doing that. I was actually asking if you could say it 3 times slower than what I said.
Oh, I got you. Okay, wait. Okay, let's see if I got that.
Okay.
Astronomy lemony.
You got it. That's perfect. Okay. You are the man. That is excellent. Very, very good. Yes, indeed. All right. It makes me want to slurp some of this tea now, actually. Let me see here. It's soothing to the throat and soothing to the soul.
Wonderful. Yeah. And what flavor of tea is that?
It is just regular old black tea. Black tea, because you know what I'm saying? Black tea matters.
Yeah.
And I've got me some honey in it to sweeten the pot, you know what I'm saying? And then some of that lemony lemon juice in there.
Wonderful.
They say that's pretty good. If you're a West Texas stacker, that's pretty good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't even squeeze the lemons. It came in a little plastic thing that I just squeezed it out of that. I didn't squeeze it from an actual lemon. I bought the store-bought kind, which is probably not the best way to do it, but you know, somebody in Michigan's going to be upset with me because I didn't actually squeeze an actual lemon. But hey, you got to roll with the punches. You got to deal with cards that are put on the table.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I wonder what was the guy that we talked, or the lady we talked, Louise. I wonder if Louise is going to give us a call in and try to abscond with my social insecurity number again.
I don't know. It's possible she's still processing or waiting for documents. I don't know. Maybe she's not showing up today.
Maybe not. She very well may not be. But so let's see here. So do you want me to close on a loan with your company?
I would absolutely love that. I also have another thing I'd love to talk to you about. I mean, I feel like you might be somewhat familiar with the process to some extent. If you have any questions, I'm here to talk to you about that. But
yes, I'm actually very familiar with processed foods. I eat them all the time. Gluten, Monsanto, high carbs, Fruit Loops, Cocoa Pebbles. I mean, I'm really familiar with processed foods. I'm very familiar with that process. So yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, yeah, I mean, I can have my people send you an email and they can get the documents. But today I actually wanted to talk to you about the deep state, if you're interested.
Oh yes, indeed. Talk to me about the deep state. Let's talk about the deep state because you know, I mean, I'm in deep. I love it. Let's talk about the deep state. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, so before this job, what I actually did is I did social media work. Related to politics and finance, and so I would push a certain agenda that the client wants.
Okay.
Online, And based on my understanding, I don't exactly understand what your company does. It's some kind of consulting thing for politics. I thought I might actually be able to help you out with that as well.
Nice. All right. Well, that would be good. I might be interested in that. So, what kind of political agendas were you affiliated with, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, you're totally good. So I do take clients from all certain sides, but most recently my clients tend to be Democrats, so they're pushing agendas against the Republicans. But yeah, personally, I'll work with whoever.
Well, I'm all about DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion. I want to include
Okay.
everybody except for anybody that disagrees with DEI. So,
Okay.
so that's where I'm at on this, because me, I think that Camel Toe Harris is going to be the best president ever. Actually, after Joe Biden retires in 4 years, and then Camel Toe Harris will take the realm, and she's going to be a powerhouse of intellectual uh, um, prowess. She is just,
Yeah.
I mean, she just seeps in intellectual prowess. Even her intellectual ability is just as, I mean, I put it on par with the inflection abilities of Joe Biden to speak, even without Adderall, which I really like that. I like that about Camel Toe Harris.
Yeah. All
And
right.
you know what? Do you know what my favorite Joe Biden quote of all time is?
What is your favorite Joe Biden quote?
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Yeah.
On a
Yeah,
Christmas
that's cool.
message, Christmas phone call, I remember it well. I remember exactly where I was when I heard that famous line. That's gonna be on the Joe Biden Presidential Medal from the United States Mint. You know, in the back of those medals, I have the quotes that usually come from the inaugural speech. But for Joe Biden's, it's gonna be "Let's go, Brandon, comma, I agree."
I would probably get on the wait list to buy that coin if they came out with that.
Me too. Actually, technically, it's not a coin; it'd be a medal. It won't have a denomination
Okay.
on it. But hey, I'm just being picking there. So yes, so I'm all about the administrative state and the deep state. Yes, indeed, because the deep state is what's going to keep us going. It's going to keep us in power, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we deep staters, we love power.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there.
So if we can somehow get influence the people, because people are lemmings, right? Most people, they'll believe
Yeah.
anything that's put on the internet. So
Yeah,
if you could
exactly.
open up an Instagram account or put them in the old Facebook, and say something like Donald Trump is a lesbian hot dog eater, more likely they'll believe it, right? Or we could
Yeah.
or we could tell them that, hey, here's a wild one. We can say that Donald Trump colluded with Russia to influence the 2016 election. Let's try that one.
Yeah, I mean, they've been going strong with that one for years. I don't know if that fully died, but yeah, I mean,
We can
there's
revise
so
it
many
again. We can
opportunities. Yeah.
revise it
Oh, yeah.
again. We can even say that Donald Trump's hairs on his legs stand up when he's in a pool with prepubescent boys. I think that
I
one.
think that was the more Joe Biden one, but
Oh, well, we can attribute it. We can project it onto to Donald Trump.
oh
See what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you're right.
We can do that. We can do that. And we can make Donald Trump sound like a bumbling idiot by taking clips of him and mishmashing words around using deep fakes and artificial intelligence. Do you have those tools at your disposal for this? For this?
So I actually own the company that
Oh,
I did social media with, and believe I actually own the lending company as well.
okay.
I like to work with the higher value clients personally. But yeah, I own the company, and I have a lot of contacts that are developing deep fakes right now to push out for the 2024 election. So it's getting really busy with that.
Right.
Um, so yeah, there's a lot of ways we can push a narrative
I
with
like
deep
it.
fakes.
Let's
Um,
influence this election. I like that. I like it. Very,
okay.
very good. Yes, indeed. Now you say you have a lot of contacts. Now, are they the ones that make your eyes turn red, green, blue? Because I'm looking for a blue pair because I have brown eyes. I want to make my brown eyes turn blue.
I don't actually have some blue contacts, but believe it or not, I was actually at the eye doctor
Oh,
7 days ago. Yes, so
oh.
I could open my eyes more. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, did you have an eye? You have drooping eyelids?
What eyelids?
Do you have drooping eyelids? Is that why you couldn't? Is that whether they fix the drooping eyelid problem?
No. My glasses prescription wasn't quite right, and I also needed to get new contacts. So I went in.
Okay.
They dilated my eyes so I could open them further, if you know what I mean.
Nice. I always like when my eyes are open to things. I always like to have, you know what they say, you have to be woke these days. I mean, awake. Or woke.
Yeah, right.
And we're going to use the woke there. You know? Right? Yes, indeed. And by the way, I want your social media people, if anybody criticizes us on our social media plot to get Joe Biden elected, if anybody comes out against this, I want them to be able to call everybody who disagrees a racist.
Okay, well, we can do that.
That's great.
I do want to tell you, I am one of the people, my company, one of our biggest claims to fame is we're one of the people, you know who Jack Dorsey is?
Yes, he used to own Twitter. I also know George Soros. George Soros and his son are good friends of mine.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, that's awesome. So, Jack Dorsey, I posted the post personally that was responsible for basically getting him canceled off the internet, and very quickly after, Elon Musk ended up buying Twitter.
Wow. That's insane in the membrane.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That's so you basically canceled Jack Dorsey.
I mean, of course, I wasn't the only one, but I had the most notable post, the highest engagement, the most viewership related to him getting canceled.
Wow. That's very powerful and influential, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
So,
my most effective social media post was when I posted on Facebook that I farted today after dinner. That one got about 74 likes on it. It was but it didn't really influence anybody's political leanings at that particular point in time. I kind of wish it would have, but anyways. But yeah, well, very good. So it sounds like you've got some influence, and you can help us shape and destroy minds across the electorate out there. And very good. All right, nice. Yes, indeed. All right, well, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, let's reconvene. Let me think about this, and let's reconvene on this, and we'll talk on Friday. Guess what time on Friday?
6:15.
Boom! You got it, Marcus. Right. That's the man. All right. You take it squeezy.
Sounds great.
All right.
Yeah, just definitely let me know if you have specific people that you want me to look into targeting, or specific people you want me to make deep fakes of. I can get my people to start working on that.
Nice. All right, very good. We'll do that. I'll make up a list.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds great.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
You know, a part of me wonders if he's just trolling back at me, and he really doesn't own this company. I can't imagine somebody that insane would believe that I'm doing nothing but just joking around. I don't know. It's crazy. All right. Anyways, let's see here. I don't see. My chat has just, okay, here we go. It's back there again. All right, let's see here. And Toyag says, nothing to do with the Chinese coming back from a holiday. Actually, it did. I think it did have something to do with that, and I neglected to mention it. All right, and nice, come up. That's right. Thank you, 66 Sam. Appreciate that, brother. Good to see you guys. All right. We'll be in a psychiatric ward by the time Sal's done with him. That's right, exactly. Oh my goodness gracious, welcome. Good to see Lulu Lucky Stacker is here. Good crowd tonight. I appreciate you guys joining me. We've got Cherokee Cowboy says, keep on stacking. In the free world, we're going to do that as I slurp this tea. All right, let's see here. We got No IQ, says Salgorithm, Mr. Sal, thank you, No IQ. Sometimes he's listening to us in the corner there. Frazzled Halaj says, still buying both. There you go. A good plan. I think it's a good idea to hold on to your stack. For sure. And Jason Price says this here on this. How to sell your silver in 2024. By the time silver goes up exponentially, the unrealized gains tax will be voted in, and we will be giving up our gains to Uncle Sam, forcing us to sell it all. The government is going to control us. We're all well on our way, and everyone's asleep. There will be no safe haven. Marxism is coming. That's a pretty dismal future. I'm hoping that won't be the case, but we must stand our ground and due diligence. And so we'll see here. But thank you guys. Very good. All right. We've got C. Phillips says, I pay with cash for every small purchase and always look at my change. I bought a baguette last year and had a silver dime in my change. Way to go. It's not very often you see it, but that's awesome. I celebrate any time something like this happens. I don't doesn't happen to me very often, so I thought I'd do a video on it. And no censorship. That silver dime was a great find. We can all find free silver if we try hard enough. That's right. I'm a proponent of using cash a lot. It protects your privacy and security. Nobody can tell what I bought at the dollar store. You know what I'm saying? Good to see Silver Supplement is here. We've got Tom Larson is here. Oh, yes, indeed. Glad you guys are with us tonight. We've got B. Turley. This level of volatility used to be normal until the last few years. Why are we getting excited about it? Well, I guess because it hasn't been the new normal for the last few years, last decade. These are pretty big moves, and what moves them in a single day is pretty remarkable. Jesus says, my Savior says, thank you for this information. I'm going to start with constitutional silver. All right, there you go. I'd encourage you to stack it rather than sell it. All right. And we've got Homestead Aquarius says, thank you, Sal. Still stacking it here. Nice. And I am too. In fact, I got 2 silver dimes today and a silver round. Very interesting silver round. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, Mark B. Yeah, there's a lot of fraud out there. I got to get a new debit card, is my guess. Pat Trat says, look for a drop in silver price in a couple of days. I'm planning on stopping by my LCS tomorrow to pick up some silver bars. Thanks, Al. Always appreciate your perspective. Yep, it did fall a little bit today. But yes, indeed. Vancouver Stacker is here. Welcome. Good to see you. We've got 403 Willie says, I'm glad I bought silver last Thursday. Congratulations before the pickup. Good job. Jason Sellon says, found the silver nickel a couple days ago at my smoke shop. Threw it in my wallet and didn't realize it until today. Well, it had to be a 40% or 35% silver nickel. Congratulations on that. Really cold. It shows there is more demand. That's all right. This could play a role of it. B-Dub says, that 1 ounce bar just explored. That's right, it sure did. Exactly. Good point, B-Dubs. Oh, yeah, this tea is good. I definitely need this. Because I'm going to be doing another interview after this over at Nick's Coins channel. Let's see here. Let's get to this here. Illegal Smurf says, it's still well below $30. It sure is. It's still well below $30. Last time it was $30 was in 2021. Right now, right before inflation got started. Well, actually, it never really got to $30 in 2021. It came close. But anyways. All right, let's see here. Thanks, Nick. Or thank you, JM. Posting a link again in Nick's channel. We'll be on there this evening around 7:45 to 8 o'clock. Eastern time, that is. Let's get over here to Thomas Shoe says, Sal, thanks for your commentary. Very useful. I'm new to stacking, have 30 ounces so far, planning on adding 10 ounces a month. Way to go. That's great. And I appreciate you coming on the channel here. And I really appreciate that, Thomas. And congratulations on your stacking journey. That's great. 10 ounces a month is that's a good chunk. Dennis Niemeyer says here, go silver go. Good information here. Thank you so much, Dennis Niemeyer. And look at that. Tony Erickson has been the absolute champion tonight. Wow. With 5 more Salivate Metal memberships. I am unworthy of those. And hopefully you guys appreciate those gifts from Tony Erickson. Reason why he does that and others is maybe in the hopes that you will continue it after it expires 30 days from now. So yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Appreciate it. All right. Smurfageddon. There you go. Savage Lee, good to see you. And we've got Homestead Aquarius says here, thank you, Sal. I truly appreciate your depth of knowledge and experience in dealing with the metals and markets. I'm trying to learn. Well, thank you, Homestead Aquarius. There's a lot of complexity in them at times, and many times in my analysis, I'm only scratching the surface. There's a lot of different angles on it, but thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch and your kindness. 49's fine, saves all pre-82 and 82 cents. Every once in a while I get a wheat penny, and a few years back I got a war nickel in my change, but it's been many years since I've received a 90% coin with my change, and I make nearly all store purchases in cash. Very rare indeed, yes. Me too. It's something, this blew me away that I saw that. Good to see D Glass is here, James Rohrback is here. Good crowd tonight, I appreciate you guys being here. People are getting really desperate in my pawn shop, says Bryce Kula. Do you own a pawn shop, Bryce? I'm very curious to see if you own a pawn shop, or if it's a pawn shop you frequent. As I'm curious if you do own one, what you pay for gold and silver, how much back from spot that you pay. Let's see here. Really Cold says, used to see those dimes when I was a kid. Yes, they were more frequent back in the day, but now hardly ever see them. Matthew says, grats. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that as we press on. Driving through Utah. There you go. Driving through the lovely state of Utah. Beautiful country there. All right. Very good. Yes, that memberships do get access to those emoticons. Thank you, JMLH. Exactly right. Tony is working up until the end of the month. Plus, I want to see all the people to carry on with the gift. Thank you so much. Very kind. He's working up to the end of the month. And I appreciate that, Tony, because he helped us break a massive record last month. And it's a chance we could break 1,000 if this continues. I've never seen that. I think we got or just under 700 members now with this latest push. So if we break over 1,000, that would be amazing. But it really is only going to work if people will carry over those memberships. Red Crawler, I think most people with gold are just getting a loan against the gold. Interesting, yeah. Maybe so with pawns, because, yeah, I guess that's how pawn works. And very good. All right, let's see here. Chuck and Plata says, timely insight, Sal. I should have bought more generic or sovereign of silver instead of the politically themed collector stripes. Yeah, the thing is that the types of pieces that he's got, it's all going to be relegated to the junk bin. Most of that stuff, you can oversaturate with the collectible stuff too, for sure. All right, let's see here. Captain says, what are you looking at? I don't see any surge. Well, Captain, you didn't watch the video. There's one thing that's worse than people that don't watch my videos, and that is people that make ignorant comments without watching the video. All you got to do is just pay attention for 30 seconds of this video, and you'll know exactly what the surge means and how it's defined. So, Captain, watch the video and learn. We had a couple people do that. But anyways. All right. Yeah, sorry for the cough. I'm not coughing as much. Still have a lingering cough from this cold. C-130, here's what's going on every time I buy silver. Recently, that is. It goes up in value before it arrives. Yeah, that is always a good thing when you see that happen, for sure. DR Ventura says, what? Costco sells gold and silver? Wow, had no clue. Geez, $200 million per month in sales just in gold. Actually, it's gold and silver. But yes, indeed. Yep, they were selling it now. John Bethia, what is the bird coin on the right of your display? Well, without actually seeing, that's actually not a bird. That's just the fascia that's on the dime on that silver round there, John Bethia. Thank you so much, Red Crawler. Appreciate that for the thumbs up. Can anybody tell me how many thumbs up we have so far tonight? Let's see here. We've got, like BHR says, that 1 ounce bar has seen places. It sure has. That's right. It sure has seen places. Or maybe not in this case, because it's where the sun doesn't shine. Gold check, can't wait to move the 100 Z bars. They are a burden, all right. I guess 100 ounce bars she means. Yes, they are, for sure. And we've got Russell McNeil says, hey, from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. Welcome. Thank you for chiming in from Canada. Appreciate you watching. Let's see here. Where we at? JFE Enterprise says, I got excited over Buffalo Nickel almost a decade back. Never found 90% silver, though. That is a nice find to get a Buffalo Nickel and change. I've gotten one of those, too. What's everybody going to do with the pure copper pennies? Well, I'm going to hold on to them until such a time when they could be possibly sold or actually utilized for transactions based off of their weight and their value. So we'll see here. All right. 99 thumbs up. All right, thank you. All right, very good. Thank you. Jay Munley says there's 101. Bad Bobber says 104, so we'll take it. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Jumbathea says the cheaper the metals, the more the bricks and other countries can buy. True that. Yes, indeed. The more they can buy. Dennis Kean says, I expected the bar you sat on to hatch. So disappointed. Yep, I'm sorry it did not hatch. Oh, man. It was definitely warm, though. My posterior is a pretty warm area. Twitch Radio for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, Twitch Radio. Appreciate that so much. 99 Silver says, do you see a housing crash coming? I tell you what, with real estate to where it is today, I could see that happening. Now, very well could see that happening. Everything has gone up so much. And people, some businesses are not able to keep up with their rent, I've heard. In Perth, Australia, the growth in house prices have gone up on an average of $37,000 each quarter for the past 3 and an extra $104K in 9 months across the board. From FOMO, tell me I'm crazy. This needs a big slap back down ASAP. I think so too. So it's not just here, it's there as well. Whoa, No IQ got a Buffalo Nickel in exchange at the LCS. Sometimes my LCS will give me back some Buffaloes or some cool looking pieces. That's right. Yep. Or Wheaties or whatever. All right. Very, very good. Warning sign says Costco, the Walmart of the silver dealers. I would never buy from them, period. Okay. Out of principle, he's not going to buy from them. John Knox says the salivate round on your table is very nice. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Very good. I'm still not able to approve comments. I don't know what's going on here, but thank you, moderators, for doing that. Red Crawler, my sister's gambling friend, had actually pawned his 34 ounces of gold for a loan, but no details. Interesting. Okay. Wow, that is interesting. Toyota's making an $8,000 truck, but not hitting the U.S. anytime soon. I heard about that, Nesmaniac. That's pretty wild. $8,000 truck. Snakebite is here as well. Welcome, Snakebite. Good to see you. Bill457 says that China's making an electric car. Very good. Yes, indeed. Okay. We've got Sergeant Major says, keep stacking, you won't be sorry. There you go. Exactly. Keep on stacking in the free world. Dew Matthews says, you are probably correct about the rate cuts. The silver and gold price movements are probably showing that too, meaning gold will range or consolidate between $2,300 to $2,400 during the months before. Stackers should do their own consolidation within this range. Just a guess, folks. Yep. It's all just a guess, and I could be wrong. They may not lower rates at all. Very good. All right. Okay, Bryce does have a pawn shop. What do you pay for gold if somebody wants to sell you a gold coin, a gold 1 ounce piece? What do you charge? And what do you pay for silver? Behind spot, what do you pay? I'm curious. Is it like 3%, 5%, that type of thing, Bryce? I'm very curious as a pawn shop owner. We know you pawn gold and silver, but do you buy it back from people if they want to sell it? And I'm curious what your buyback is. Just curious. If he answers, let me know, so I don't want to miss that answer. BC says, stack now, stack often. Once SHGF, you won't be able to afford a 1 ounce Gold coin. Maybe not. It may go that crazy. We'll see here. And John Gordon says here, it's going to $65 by November. The banksters have lost control. Well, we'll see. John Gordon, will be very interested to see. You could be right. I kind of doubt it, but hey, I'm open-minded to anything at this point. PG Coin World says, wow, nice, my friend. I mean, I'm open-minded to everything at this point except for voting for Joe Biden. That's the only thing I'm not open-minded about. I apologize for all of you Biden supporters here. All right, let's see here. And what have we got here? Okay, Anxious Stacker says, I was just looking at the charts and saw a flat line. That's pretty interesting just because I haven't seen the flat line at the Kitco charts. Might be nothing, but I was curious what might have been going on when I came to watch this. Is it a flat vertical or a horizontal line? Anxious Stacker, I'm curious. If it's a vertical line, it could just be a massive drop in price or a massive increase in price. Because sometimes it can happen very quick with massive volume trading that it can occur. High frequency trades that are going on there. Yes. All right. Sergeant Major says, another great video, Sal. I don't know how you do it. Well, thank you, Sergeant Major. I appreciate it. It is a routine, but it does take a lot of time and effort to produce these videos, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Yes, indeed. All right, and we've got Count Serpula, mean cashier, huh? Is she single? Probably is, but she's mean. She was a meanie. So Jeff Nelson, PMs showing their true colors as a store of value. Exactly, that's right. Their true colors, silver and gold. I love it. I love it. All right. We've got Homestead Aquarius. You had a great day. Free silver. We don't see much silver in the wild anymore. Congratulations. Thank you. Yes, indeed. I love it. It's very cool. Sal, I heard you were driving the Riding with Biden bus. That's right, West Texas Stacker. I was on the phone with a scammer pretending to be the case because he's got a social media company that can help me influence the election. So we're just having fun, little trolling going on there. But I think you know my true political leanings there. All right, and Count Slurpula says, sitting in my fat man's chair, eating fat man's food. My meat is plant-based and comes from the meat processing plant. There you go. All right, gotta love it. Gots to love it. I like them there. PG&G bars. Dave's wife is good at pouring them. Yes. Exactamendo. Let's see here. Jim Eclove says, the increase is most likely from the Middle East. Yeah, but the Middle East stuff, they weren't sure. They thought there might be a ceasefire or a deal. Turns out that wasn't the case. Now tanks have rolled in. And actually, silver prices are lower today, even though tanks have rolled into Rafah. Dennis Niemeyer, good information. Thank you, brother. Ponzo says, being a teenager throughout the 1980s, I remember getting the silver dimes and quarters as well as red and blue dollar bills. I spent it like any other money. I found one silver dime about 5 years ago, and that's all for a long time. Yep, very rare do you see that. All right. All right, very good. Let's see here. Wizard of Zoz is with us. Welcome, Wizard of Zoz. Good to see you. Yeah, that was unfortunate, Christy No, making up that story about meeting Little Rocket Man. It didn't happen, and she just didn't fess up to it. She's digging herself a bigger hole with every media appearance she makes. I cringe at how she answers it. She says she doesn't discuss talking with world leaders, but that's exactly what she did in her book. And I like her policies. I like what she's done for North Dakota, but I think she's probably ruined her political career. If it wasn't for the dog thing, it was definitely for this. And by the way, I can understand, at least to some extent, although there's better ways to get rid of your dogs than to take them and shoot them in this day and age, even on a farm, but I digress. If they are misbehaving or if they're a threat to your kids or that type of thing. But let's see here. All right, we've got Jeff Nelson says here, sweet find, always look, but no luck. Yes. Just keep your eye out. You never can know. Dernibelong says, I'm hoping for a repeat of 2950, then Daddy can go by 1911, 1911 British gold sovereign. There you go. All right. And James Wooden, or James Roden, always love your videos, Sal. Thank you, James Roden. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. It means a lot that you're here. It's good to see some newer folks coming to the channel, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. And if you are here listening to this live stream now and enjoy what you are listening to, I hope you would consider subscribing to the channel. If you subscribe, it should light up on the upper right hand side of your screen. I'm curious to see if that thing still works. I think we've seen people subscribe while watching other videos and it'll light up, but not anybody that's in this live stream right now. So I'd love to be able to test that feature if you are. I don't think it works if you unsubscribe and resubscribe, but if you're a new viewer here and if you hit the subscribe button, it should light up within a minute or so, and maybe let me know that you're here. So we'll see here. Very good. All right. Sick Thinker, good to see you. New person here, good to see you. David McKenzie, good evening, Sal, and fellow stackers, good evening to you. Glad you are with us tonight. And Salty Sea Daddy says, she's a little bit crass. Could be her social insecurity number. It could be, Salty. And very well could be her social insecurity number indeed. And Aardvark Creation says, got a nice 2020 W quarter at Dunkin' Donuts a few months back and found a 1909 VDBS and my pocket change a few weeks later. That's incredible. Now the 2020 W quarter, that's the is that the reverse proof one? Wow. All right, I just finished the coffee. Got my chaser, not coffee, but tea. Got the chaser in there now. We've got Gray Owl Audio on this one. It's hard for me to read those when the words are all together in the handle. I wish it would change it and allow us to do the old way. As an investor who dealt with miners for a while, I was always interested to see how groups, especially from China, could flood a market with cobalt or nickel in order to manipulate the price. Derivatives and paper markets are this exponentially easier as well. Before we do that, look at this, folks. Wow. Oh, we've had some activity here. Have a good night, Cybercurrent Twitcher. Thank you for being here tonight. But look at this, folks. Right before Tony gifted 5 other Salivate Metal memberships, which I really appreciate, Eric has just signed up to become an honorary citizen on his own accord. Thank you, Eric. Wow, very kind of you indeed. Thank you so much. All right. Very nice. That's awesome. And thank you again, Tony Erickson, for that. And I appreciate everybody who signs up on their own accord to become a channel member. It's most appreciative. And thank you again. He says, glad to be a part of the gang. Thanks for the great content. Thank you, Eric. Very kind of you. Welcome him as a new member. And again, I can't thank Tony Erickson enough. I'm definitely unworthy of your kindness. All right, continuing with this comment. He says here, that said, the dynamic seems to have changed in recent years with shifting geopolitics and papered over stagflation becoming entrenched. Chinese investors are gorging on PMs, and even in the U.S., the metals market is expanding with Costco and Walmart starting to sell into real consumer demand. It seems like the wheels are really coming off this time, and trust in governments is dropping like a stone. While that's fantastic for PM investors, it should be terrifying to the countries whose economies and infrastructure depend on low metal prices. I'd start stocking canned beans right now next to my gold, silver, and platinum because the next 20 years do not look particularly rainbows and sunshine to me. Very well said, and totally agree with you. I need to do more. To stock up on the good foods. Bryce, did you answer my question about what you're paying for gold and silver? I'm very, very curious about that. What are you paying for silver and gold? What percentage under spot are you paying? Well, really love to know. As you own a pawn shop. Noi Metal says, Sal, you are the goose that lays the silver egg. There you go. Well, definitely probably a goose for sure. Some people think I'm goofy for sure. Welcome to Maria Langley from Thailand. Wow, Maria, thank you for coming from Thailand. I've seen you post before, but I didn't know you were from Thailand. That is awesome. Very, very cool. And if Bryce has answered and I missed it, can somebody let me know what he said? As I didn't get his answer. I'm looking out, but anyways, I don't see it. I see 30 plus coming, says Ray Gilgrath. I could see that happening by the end of the year, especially with what's going on now these days. And we've got Radical Islam Devil Worshipper says, silver will go up, just hold on. Everyone should wake up when they can pay property taxes in Missouri with gold now. In New York, I seen a guy asking people to do you want 1 ounce of silver bar or Hershey bar? That was in actually California. That was in Santa Monica. That was Mark Dice who does that. Let them eat chocolate. We will eat steak. The voice and personality. Keep informing, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. We certainly will, for sure. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tube Supio is here. Good to see you. He's going to Thailand next month. Sick Thinker still here. Good to see you guys. Glad you're all with us tonight. And, oh, Michael K. Have a good night, Michael K. Thank you for being here, Michael. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good evening, brother. Good to see you in 4-9's Fine. Always appreciate Michael K. being here as a viewer, member of the community. All right, we've got Edward says, I have a parasite. It was way up my butt. Sal, can you discuss this on your live feed for me? Yes, indeed. We're discussing the parasite. I would suggest taking a pair of pliers and sliding them deep inside with some lube and pulling that sucker out. That's what I would suggest. That's about as lengthy of a discussion as I'm going to have on the matter. Adam says, I was just in a pawn shop yesterday, and they offered only 70% of spot value on silver. Wow. Yeah. So I just go to show you, pawn shops are not the place to sell your silver and gold. If you want to pawn them and can get them back, that might be one thing, but I would not sell generally. There may be exceptions, and maybe Bryce's is an exception, but in a lot of it, we can't really blame the pawn shops because they, for them, it may be riskier for them to hold gold than for a local coin shop because they deal with so many other different products and items. It's not typically a gold and silver buy shop. They'll buy it, but they're going to buy it with less risk because the price movement could be there. So it makes sense. So 70%. So I think for most of you selling gold and silver, watch out and just be, and understand what most of them are. But there's some that may. I've heard also some people say that some will pay, 5% under or right at spot price for gold or silver. Roger Muller says, took 9 generic rounds to a shop plus $50 and got a 10th ounce reverse kookaburra. They sold it as a 10th ounce round. Spent $250, got $470 retail. Wow. Interesting. That's awesome, though, that you got a good deal there, sounds like. Bought it as a 10th ounce rounds instead of a coin. Steve Kametsis. Boy, I got behind on some of these comments earlier. He says, Uncle Sal, Wiseman of 303. Steve in Florida says, you're totally right, Sleepy Joe. Disastrous Bidenomics are definitely cooking the books to make the poison Bidenomics seem not as bad, but they will not admit this economy is on a powder keg ready to blow. But they can only keep the lid on for so long. Look at it to blow up week after elections, no matter who wins. I think that's good. That very well could happen. You think about it. Look how high rents are. Look how high food is. Look how high housing is these days. It just seems unsustainable. No one can buy a house, it seems like these days, on any kind of middle income. Incomes are not keeping up. Wages are not keeping up with inflation when you include food and housing in it. That's for sure. Eli is here. Good to see you. Seasnail says, Spike is still only $27. It was $30 a decade ago. Nothing to celebrate about. Silver should be $100 as of today. Well, Seasnail, we're talking about the movement that we've seen in the last couple of months. The $30 plus a decade ago was an anomaly. That was an anomaly. It didn't last very long either. It was $30 a couple of years ago too. But we're seeing sustained growth for silver's price, and it's hanging on. It's capturing up. So we'll see. All right. Silver Cobra, silver and gold, run baby run. There you go. Run baby run, silver and gold. We've got Charlie M says here, I think I know why Costco was allowed to buy out the mint. Well, they didn't buy out the mint. They bought from the authorized purchasers. Currently, the price for silver bullion at Costco's California store is $2.89. The purchase limit is 5 10-ounce units of silver at a rough total of $14.45. The store managers that I spoke of would not allow for 6 units net purchase before guaranteeing a taxable purchase event because it's below the $1,500 threshold to qualify for tax-free bulk purchases. That has actually been raised to $2,000 now. If you could guarantee tax revenue by selling to one wholesaler, bypassing all the small sellers who prefer to sell a non-tax bullion, what would you do? Well, now they got a $2,000 level to contend with. So yes, we'll see here. But they would probably, that gives them more room to sell at a minimum and increase their minimums. Stacking Surfer, love to see you give some warmth to your silver. You're probably right. I think they're going to try to cut rates at least once before the election. However, they should be raising the rates. We still have inflation out there. That's right. Technically, they should. But I think they know how delicate the economy is, Stacking Surfer. And that delicate economy means that if they were to do that, it could literally come crashing down around them. It still could even now. So I think they're just going to, they've threaded the needle to a point of sustainability, but it's on a delicate, they're really riding a thin line there. They're walking on a tight wire, or tightrope, I think. They found the sweet spot. They really don't care if inflation stays where it is, honestly. They just don't want the economy to crash at this point. So if anything, damn the high inflation, will lower rates in September so that we can make things look good for the chefs, or the chefs will be able to make things look good for the customers of the restaurant of politics. All right, very good. Who's your stacker? Says this here. The following. I scored a war nickel. Let me see here. Let me get this here. I scored a war nickel when getting my car washed in Erie. A pleasant surprise. We ruined Mrs. Who. She looks at all the change now, coins and bills, and gives me that look if I don't give it in to her. Oh, and that's what she said. That's right. I love it. Who's your stacker? That's great. Yes, indeed. Silver Heist, yes. As a reminder, and thank you, Silver Heist, I will be over on Nick's Coins channel at around 7:45 or 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. If you're tired of hearing me here, you probably won't want to hear me there, but you should still show Nick's Coins some love and check her out. Yes, indeed. And Silver Heist has a great channel, too. Make sure to check him out. And so, yes, indeed. And Mark B says something bad is going to happen in America. And you know what? I fear that we may, and for the first time, somebody talked about this on a talk show today. And I've been saying this for a while, that I think we're going to see a coordinated attack across multiple cities and medium-sized cities, much like what we saw in Russia at the theater. They're either going to gun down a bunch of people in all the different cities across America, or they're going to do sabotage or some sort of terrorist attack, smaller, little mini 9/11s, probably coordinated, is my guess. And they're going to try to find a way to coordinate in such a way that it's not going to meet the chatter for the FBI. But the FBI already has warned us that something very well could happen. But look what's happened. We've had this open border for so long, and so many people that have come in from all across the world, China, Russia, all these other nations, Iran, all of them. And that's just the ones that we've been able to identify. Explore America with a lightning bolt. Thank you, thank you. Scorpio Silver says here, good time to do one. Other silver YouTubers say selling is what people are doing. Yes. A lot of people are selling. All right, very good. And Mike says here, everything is always being manipulated. Who? Tell us. What? It's just a market, not as fun to conspire about. That's true. Yep, I know, I hear it. It's not as sexy to talk about natural market forces, is it? Finding the dime is cool. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. Yes. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Now my existential crisis plan for 3 a.m. Oh man, 3 a.m. That's the song by Matchbox 20, if I'm not mistaken. Band that was in used to play that song. Anyways, Mike M says sitting on it. There you go, sitting on the silver. That's what we do from time to time. KS says here, I have a high risk feeling when silver is high. I kind of like platinum right now. I'm a big fan of platinum too. Bought an ounce earlier. And Smart Survival says, hi Sal, I tried your silver link and it says forbidden, no silver for you. Who needs a soup? Yeah, it's hit or miss with the link. I can click on it and it works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. If not, just go to JM Bullion and search for Sal and it'll pop right up. I don't know what to do about that. Keep posting, says King Tiger Crown. All right, gonna do that. Gonna keep posting. Definitely will do it. As we move here to Gold Silver Junkie says, now we know we can find Sal at the dollar store. That's right, exactly. I'm all about the dollar store. Saving some money. Yeah, very good. Oh, I like that idea, Tony Erickson. If you get caught doing a terrorist attack, you go directly to the Blood Eagle. We take and rip open your back, expose your spine, and take a feather down your exposed spinal column. What do you think about that? I like that idea. That would send a message big time. All right. In my view, if you do a terrorist attack, there's no Geneva Conventions. There's no torture prohibitions that are going to prevent me from finding intelligence to find, especially if there's an impending attack that you use. I don't know, man. I just tell you, that's the lowest of the low terror attack like that. China Mitchell, thanks, Sal. Great video and awesome info. I'm just waiting for the dip. I've been saving my pennies, or like you say, cents. Exactly. There you go. Save those cents. Indeed. Ella Zelra. Welcome, Ella. Good to see you. And Mark Cat says, there's nothing in them yet. That's right. There's nothing in them. There's a round with a tracker being sold. Yep, I've actually reviewed that round, actually. And it's NFID chip. It's not really a tracker. There's a blue track in the bullion coin. Yep, and I'm talking, they could take that off and put it anywhere. You could put it on a banana and it'll show up as a genuine piece of silver. Horribly designed products. Bad idea from the beginning. I reviewed some. It was awful. It was awful. Let's effing go, says Matthew Crustlife. That's what we did. We went there. We did go. I would never buy a coin with a chip. Neither would either. Unless it was a chip off the old block. Voice sounds better. Getting a little bit better day by day. Thank you, Ricky Millican. I appreciate you guys putting up with me. Even when my voice is, quote, normal. Jamin Lisa's posted a link to the Sullivan Metal Silver Round. I appreciate that. If you guys can click on that, let me know if it works or not. Mark Katz also says here, I am no longer buying any U.S. Mint coins. Our mint has become a crap hole mint. By the way, it's totally infiltrated with DEI. I read the latest, the 2023 annual report. It's horrible. DEI is all over the place at the mint, and they're proud of it. Perth Mint, along with Scottsdale Mint, put the mint to shame. U.S. Mint has been the last mint I would buy from. I'm working on getting rid of all my U.S. Mint coins. Nothing but jack. I'm ashamed of my government, period. I tell you what, I understand that feeling these days, especially. China Mitchell says, thanks, Sal. Cool video, great info. I'm loving the eye candy. Thank you. I try my best to show some cool stuff in the videos. Appreciate that. Skip Tickle says, selling silver, poof, there's no such thing. That's just a myth. And Bigfoot, aliens are Biden is not a puppet, and he's actually running the country. Yes, indeed. Aliens and or Susan Rice and Barack Obama. I think those two are in charge. China Mitchell, great video, very cool info. Most of my silver changes come from standard transactions at the shops I go in. Through the years, I've collected some very cool silver coins. That's awesome. Awesome, my friend. Very, very good. Yep, mint idea stuff is dumb. Yep, I agree with you. Peyton says the link works. Very good. Nice. MS Road says it works too. That's good. Thank you. Urban D with some algorithmic silver and gold there from the live stream. we had. And Bad Bobber says, I've not sold any and don't plan on selling it anytime soon. Thanks for the video. Thank you, Bad Bobber. Appreciate you. Sandy says, Costco already has them for sale, $659 at my local store for a tube of 20 at his local store. Amazing. So they're already starting to get out there. That's awesome. Wild to think about. Eric says this. On here, let's get to this. He says, the QQQ is gaining more steam compared to both gold and silver. I actually doubt it will be this summer. What is QQQ? Much more feasible for it to occur later this year because the selling may go away. Doesn't seem aptly this year. Yields have also got to uninvert for any significant steam to pick up, and it has to be when the rate cuts take place. Once it happens, it will be clear that it will outperform. Very good. All right. Interesting. We'll see what happens. Sell in May and go away. All right. Tuesday silver tank never happened. Maybe tomorrow on your Wednesday prediction. I don't know. I wasn't sure about that. I agree with you, Nesmaniac. Leaving a readout was the ugliest, dumbest move any man has ever done. Exactly. Sure, I agree with that completely. Thank you, Lidford. Having a good evening? Yes, indeed. All right. Very good. 1903 Indian Head. Says Scott. Nice to get one of those and change. That's awesome. Very, very good. Get a techie to show you how to set up a Rumble. Actually, I've got Rumble set up. I've got a Rumble channel. Already have one, Sabinator. I just don't upload to it anymore. They used to be able to harvest my videos automatically, but then they just stopped it unannounced. I tried to contact support on it, and but I don't upload to Rumble anymore. I actually only did it one time. It's a pain to upload there compared to YouTube. YouTube's much easier, but I do have a lot of videos there, but they stopped harvesting them and would not answer my email, so I just gave up on Rumble. Totally gave up on Rumble. Tony Rogers, my guy was selling these tonight. He's one of the 18 authorized dealers. The Mint decides a division, and there's no way that one big box store will be given the opportunity to purchase that many. Your trusted source that you failed to mention the name is not honest. Well, Tony, he is honest, number one. Number two, you did not listen to what I said in the video. I did not say that Costco bought directly from the Mint. I did not even hint of that, not even allude to that in any way, shape, or form. I'm saying that Costco bought from several of the authorized dealers, and so that's just it. And so I heard it from a local coin shop who deals with one of the big dealers there. So it's not a scam. In fact, I'm going to unheart your comments but I want you to come back and listen to this response because I've not been able to, as far as the source is concerned, I was told not to say it, but maybe I can mention it. But it is from a coin dealer that is very well known, but maybe he wasn't supposed to tell me. And we'll just find out. Already some people are seeing that Costco's been getting some, but we'll know for sure if you start to see them being sold at Costco and not selling out very quickly. And the thing is, it is believable, but we'll see here. Very good. All right. So Bill 457 heard me say that. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, that I did not say that. I did not say that they bought directly from the Mint. Didn't even allude to it. So Tony Rogers, hope you'll come back and listen to it. Listen to my response, and I expect an apology from you too. Silver Bean Counter says, pressure to the upside would be an interesting development for sure. Double-edged sword for the stacker. That's right. Sure is. Indeed. Thank you, my friend. Let's see here. And Homestead Aquarius says, you did great on it. I can't imagine anyone selling, but some folks are and can benefit from it. Yes, indeed. That's right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And it's only a flesh wound. All right, there you go. I like that. Only a flesh wound says here, corporations like Costco only care about profits. They will crush the small coin shops during this boom times and then just stop selling metals when it suits, leaving no coin shops. Yep, well, that's right. Well, the thing is, it's only a flesh wound. I'll give you this other example. Every company only cares about profits, or cares about profits the most. They wouldn't be in business if they weren't, if otherwise. Now, I would hope they care for the customers too. You know, you can care for people and care for and have a deep love of profits. But anyways, so we'll see. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's see here. Tess Kansas says, thank you for this video. I appreciate the many comments that followed. Thank you. And by the way, back to this other comment about this thing here. I did mention in there, I was very explicit that I was basically had asked the guy, are you sure this is really true? And he says, yes, I heard from this other source. Didn't really want me to give the source, but I did talk about it in this video that I didn't name a source. I didn't name, but it was from a big bullion dealer where he got this information. And I gotta give credit to what's his name, to oh my gosh, Bix Weir, Road to Ruta channel, who actually mentioned my video and actually watched it through and mentioned it. That he says, yeah, he says he kind of doubts it, but and he even it says to me, it says about me that I didn't say that it was a for sure thing, that I was talking about what the sources had mentioned there. Now I believe my source, and I think this will come true because I told him, you know, I said, hey, I want to make sure this is true before I report on it. But even though it technically is hearsay, so at least Road to Ruta got that part right. Even though he pronounced my name incorrectly, how hard is it to say salivate? But at least he got that right. And so I appreciate that. And as I say, that's a pretty fair assessment, you know, because yeah, sometimes when you hear things, it's quote rumor. You have to express it as that. Well, this is what this person said, or this person's source said. And but sometimes I want to remain anonymous. So take everything as a grain of salt in that regard until I name an actual source that can be backed up. Well, and I'm giving you information that very well could turn out to be true. And I'm going to actually talk to the local coin shop to see, you know, what if there's a correction or a change in the information. I'm going to report it. I'm going to report it if there is. But anyways, let's see here. All right. Moving up here. Let's see here. We have got this. Illegal Smurf says, optimistic that it might get to $30 back where it was 3 years ago. Yeah, well, for a brief amount of time, I would like to see it get there and stay there. And I think we have a better chance of that happening because we don't have what happened a couple of years ago was really an artificial manipulation of the upside by the silver squeeze movement. This is different this time. No IQ says there's so many wrenches that they could throw in the machinery. You never know. That's true. Even a silver wrench. That's very, very true. Oh, that's a good point, Jam. At least if I was Canadian, the channel name would be Salivate Metal, eh? That's right. Salivate. All right. Let's see here. Thank you, no IQ. Winston Smith says here, precious metals will rise dramatically. It is inevitable. It will take the collapse of the USA economy for the prices to reach actual value, and you Bitcoin folk will be left holding sailor's bag. All right. Well, we'll see. I mean, Winston Smith, it's inevitable, but how long will it take? And the timing of that is one thing we know. And what is the course of that? Will it be a sharp curve to the upside or a slow, gradual move? We'll find out. Most of us would rather see a slow, gradual move in a sense because that's going to solidify those gains. I've been talking about that recently in my videos. Jeff Nelson says here, longer trends are a stacker's friend. Most will not be able to sell near the top of a market or a quick spike, and we all know the premiums can be used to inflate the big dip. The big dip in the prices. Slower is better, in my opinion, for buying and selling. Exactly right. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And Stefan Cosette says, thanks for the information. You are a superior level in the field of precious metals. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. Very kind of you indeed. Or Stefan. I appreciate that very, very much. And butterfly effect. Brick should come out with a silver coin in the shape of a wrench. There you go. I'm sure that would really piss off Yellen. And the other economists currently running the West into the ground. Yep, exactly. That would be nice for sure. I'm completely all out of liquids now. I'm going to have to get something for this other live stream I'm going to be doing soon. Within the next half an hour, I'm going to be over at Nick's Coins. Hope y'all will check that out. Let's see here. And let's see, where are we at? We have got Dean. Such a chaotic time we are living in. Hard to predict how people will react, but I think it's safe to say people are looking for ways to protect themselves and their wealth. In addition, China is dumping U.S. debt. Another great video. Yes, we're going to have to watch that. Will it be selling treasuries? Dumping treasuries. Good point, Dean. I don't think Dean's here tonight, but anyways, what company you buy your bars? Lots of different companies. I've been stacking a long time. There's a lot of different companies out there. Too many to name at this point. John Gordon says, the gold and silver price war is the elite Zionist petrodollar banksters. Well, I don't think the whole Zionist thing is just a boogeyman. But we've got the petrodollar banksters, Rockefeller. Rothschilds really don't have much to do with it. I don't even think the Rockefellers have much to do with it before. It's a whole new group of people these days, John Gordon. I think the Zionist, Rothschild, Rockefeller, all those names are long gone. You're talking, early 19th century, or late 19th century, early 20th century influences on that stuff. It's a whole new game now, much worse, I think, in these days, and that's for sure. But anyway, suppression will end. Silver will finally find its place in the $100 range. I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon, but we'll see here. I think we have $100 silver. Given the state where we're at now, things are going to be really, really bad, and that's going to be the least of our worries. All right. A great white cat says here. I think with this Israel stuff heating up, because, yep, they have sent tanks into Rafah, I think, now. Along with what's going on with the campuses, it's going to cause the price to rise out of the panic buying. Probably brass and lead, too, if you know what I mean. I think a lot of people will be swept up in it. Then it will die back down to whatever happens. If it isn't too bad, that seems to be the trend here lately. I think panic buying is accounting for a lot. More of the volatility than being acknowledged. I'm pretty into the political bad news stuff for the last few years. And I know that ever since I got back into silver, I can correlate the two topics together pretty closely. Often things that I never heard anyone mention, but things that get people panicked in other communities. Yep, there's a lot of different influences on the price, that's for sure. A lot of different things influencing the price. Brit Stacker says, just goes to show how fickle the precious metals market can be. Indeed, it sure is. You're right. Richard Metcalf says, thanks, Sal. There is no such thing as out there as mind-boggling. Thanks for helping make a little sense out of it. Yes, so much information that's mind-boggling. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you, Homestead Aquarius. Appreciate that so much for the thumbs up. Appreciate you. Richard Metcalf says, I found some change in a coin star once. I thought it found the slug in the change, and when I flipped it over, you could just barely tell that it was such a beautiful barber dime. Look for treasure whenever you can find it. Exactly right. You got to look for treasure wherever you can find it, indeed. All right, let's see here. I'll do something here. I've got to get things in motion for the rest of the work evening here. Work, work, work. Never stops. Adam Spencer says, I think to get excited for silver, I'd like to see the price separate from gold some way over a period of time. There are lots of reasons why silver could be better than gold. It just rarely seems it is. I think for silver to be a decent alternative to gold, it will need to present something different at the very least, or a larger buy-sell spread will just kill you. Yep. Something's got to give to narrow that ratio, I think, for it to really solidify. And I think we're still a ways off from that. And solar definitely could be one of those things if where it actually comes in together, where the solar demand overwhelms the market price, and it goes up. We'll see. Well, that could be the catalyst. Mark Hazley, nothing matters for silver until the paper markets are destroyed. And likely that's not going to happen anytime soon. He says, with all the news that 81 BRICS applicants have been buying commodities, China bought out the LBMA and has been draining Western market along with India and others. Once the metal is gone due to extraordinary demand, the silver market will be freed from paper manipulation. China buying even lower grade ores directly from many sources shows the difficulty of finding real silver or at fake silver prices. Musk Tesla, according to GS Pros, finding out from a conference that the giant is funding a new mine in order to secure purchase rights of all product to smaller minor impact silver. I think that's interesting. Wow, love to see that article about that. Thank you, Mark Hazley. Fat Gandalf. With China importing silver concentrate from Mexico when China is the second largest silver producer behind Mexico. From that dude's post on X, it looks like they import the concentrate, turn it into ingots, sell it to third parties who turn the ingots into powder, which China then buys back. One of these responses says that makes China appear to be a net importer of silver. This looks like some type of grand theater on the part of the Chinese, but what for? Well, maybe they don't have the technology to process it themselves, is my guess, or they don't want to do it. They can't do it as cheaply, maybe. Could it be that they're preparing for some acquisition of an offshore microchip and semiconductor manufacturing facility? If they make a move in Taiwan, that will surely mean a trade embargo at the very least. Could be a reason why they're doing a lot of the weird crap. It could be. Good point, Fat Gandalf. Very, very good point indeed. Dicky Lou says, it would be very leery of buying any gold or silver bullion and bars from China due to their reputation of manufacturing of fake products or less or stated finest. The greedy business people has tainted all the industries in China. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Dicky. Quintessential Outdoors. Thanks for the info. Thank you. And with that, folks, I'm going to have to say goodnight. I've got another appointment. Make sure to check out Nick's Coins. I'll be on there having a discussion with Nick's Coins and I think Silver Surfer too. So I hope you will join me there. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to be back here on Friday night. Or if I get on a whim, maybe sooner. Who knows? But thank you guys so much. If you haven't checked out the videos I posted today, I hope you will do that. So I want to extend a multitude of gratitude and leave you with this sage piece of advice. And that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. Have a good night, all. Take care.